Hi. Before I get the video started, I just wanted to say a little quick something that's been on my mind lately. It's been heartbreaking to watch the pictures coming out of the Los Angeles area over the past several days. I may have spent the past 30 years as an Oregonian, but I grew up just 30 miles southeast of Altadena, so part of me will always be a Southern Californian. So I'm being semi-literal when I say that it hits close to home. It's also been surreal because fires of this magnitude never used to happen in cities, but that and their frequency and intensity have changed. My family and I live in a rural, wooded area, so we and our neighbors are keenly aware of the dangers of wildfires, and I know a few acquaintances who have lost their homes to them. With the little aggravations of everyday life, we can sometimes forget to be appreciative of the things we have, but it's come into very sharp focus for me this week that it can all be gone in a matter of minutes. I consider every year that we continue to have our home and our possessions to be a gift. This is not the time to cast blame, propagate conspiracy theories, or say that any of those 10,000 now homeless American families deserved it. It's the time to hold your loved ones and irreplaceable keepsakes close, to have an escape plan if the worst comes to the worst, and to show some empathy for those who have lost so much. Thank you. Greetings, one and all, and welcome back to Tom's Hit Parade. By the way, I invite you to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up if you like what you see, share this video with your friends, and leave me your thoughts down in the comment section. That would just slap. I am way too old to say that. Anyway, today will be a two-part video. The second part I'm really looking forward to, so I kind of want to get through the first part, is a little unbagging, unboxing-ish, unwrapping, there you go, of a couple of Christmas gifts, belated Christmas gifts. I mean, it's a piece of fuzz floating in front of me. I don't know if you saw it. Christmas just snuck up on us this year, didn't it? I think there should be a law that Christmas should not be less than 1 month after Thanksgiving. It should just be a law. It just approached us way too fast. I still haven't sent him a Christmas gift yet. Then again, his birthday is in March, so I'm just going to combine them. But yeah, one of these I already know what this is, but this is actually as you can see, a mystery CD grab bag. 7 CDs, I think. So there you go. This will be lots of fun. I have no idea what's in here, but I do know what's in here, so that'll be lots of fun. Yeah, the first half of this video, half-ish, is going to be a haul. I actually was able to make 2 circuits of all of the St. Vinny's stores in less than a month. Yeah, a couple weeks before Christmas, I did one, and then just happened to have some spare time just after New Year's, and I did another circuit. So I've got about 30 CDs, I think, taking a cue from Noah, from both of these St. Vinny's crawls that I did. So yeah, a bunch of fun stuff as usual, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. Now, these first couple of artists, I'm pretty sure I've heard of them, but I've never checked out their stuff. Jane Olivor, actually, do it on this side. Yeah, this is over there. Jane Olivor, this is her first album, First Night. And so yeah, I don't know what type of music to expect on here. I'm going to guess it's like singer-songwriter pop-ish stuff. This next one, I know I've heard of this guy. I've never checked out his music. Trey Lorenz. This is his self-titled album. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the backsides of these CDs. That's Jane Olivor's album First Night. And so yeah, looking forward to trying out Jane and Trey. This obviously is going to be R&B. Obviously not because he's African American, but obviously because I already looked it up. So yeah, a couple of interesting new discoveries-ish, stuff I'm unfamiliar with is what I'm trying to say. Then I've got a couple of albums by somebody you've probably heard of, Willie Nelson. Yeah, found a couple of CDs for 99 cents at St. Vinny's stores. Across the Borderline, this is his album from 1993. It should be lots of fun. Yeah, some stuff he's writ. I talk good American. So a few things he wrote, but most of the stuff is stuff that other people wrote, like Paul Simon, John Hyatt, Peter Gabriel. He does a rendition of "Don't Give Up" by Peter Gabriel. That should be interesting. He co-writes a song on here with Bob Dylan called "Heartland." Let's see, a couple of Paul Simon, Graceland and American Tune, both by Paul Simon. Lyle Lovett, another Bob Dylan song, What Was It You Wanted? Willie Dixon, and so yeah, and it is produced by Don Was, so yeah, it could be interesting to listen to. I'm looking forward to that. And this is one that I already have on vinyl, but the spine caught my eye. It is always on my mind. Yeah, always on my mind. One of his earlier albums, and the reason it caught my eye was because this is a Korean pressing. Yes, you can see the spine looks a little bit different. So it does not the typical uh, Sony or Columbia label spines that were in the 80s. You know, those are, well, this is what the Columbia spines in the 80s look like. It's that red block lettering. Anyway, but yes, this one has the title track, which is one of his all-time best hits. Do Right Woman, Do Right Man. I believe that was a Jimi Hendrix song or no, the reggae guy. What the hell is his name? Legend. Bob Marley. I think that's what his. I knew it would come to me in a second. Wider Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. That could be interesting. Let It Be Me, which is one of my favorite old-timey country type songs. Everly Brothers made that one famous. Bridge Over Troubled Water. So, yeah, that one's going to be, well, I already know. That's a great album. It's one of his best albums. Then we have another one. This is Daryl Hall's second solo album, Three Hearts and the Happy Ending Machine. I've got a handful of Daryl Hall and John Oates together. Their stuff. I really like their stuff. I think one or two singles came out of this album. I can't remember what they were though. But yeah, always looking forward to that one. And we have a Bryan Adams album. This is Shine a Light. This was his 2019 album. And I've already listened to this one. This is one of the few in here that I've already listened to. Good stuff. The song All or Nothing, that's just like right up there with some of his 80s hits. Just a great song. One of my favorite, probably my favorite song off this album. So yeah, good stuff. His most recent album from a year or two ago just didn't do much for me, but I like this one. Now here's another one that I am not familiar with, but looked interesting, so I thought I'd give it a shot. V.V. Brown, and this is called Traveling Like the Light. This R&B with kind of upbeat type R&B, maybe like I am not doing well with names today, and I cannot remember her name, so I'm just going to move on. I'm looking forward to listening to this one. Let's just put it that way. And then we have a 2-disc, or actually a CD and a DVD of Greatest Hits by Roxette. Yes, this is the great band from the 80s and early 90s. The Look is one of their big hits. Listen to Your Heart, one of the all-time best ballads of the 80s. Or was it 90s? I can't remember. They kind of straddled the 2 decades. It Must Have Been Love. That's another great power ballad. So yeah, the only thing with this one is that the DVD is in PAL format. This is an Australian edition, so I probably will not be able to watch the DVD on my DVD player, or maybe on my computer. But yeah, it's got a bunch of music videos and a couple of documentaries. So probably mini documentaries, obviously. But yeah, could be interesting. And then we're getting into a little bit of country music here. I tried one of this person's albums a long time ago. Eventually got rid of it. It just didn't do much for me. But at the time, I was not much into country music. But I thought I would give Leanne Rimes another try. I actually picked up 4 of her CDs, like her first 4 albums. So this is Blue, her first album. And this is, I believe, her 4th album, self-titled. Oh, forgot to show you the back of Blue. And her self-titled album. And this one is almost entirely, or maybe entirely, covers. And for some reason, I just like the design on this, the back cover design. It's kind of cool. But yeah, Crazy, the Patsy Cline song, and I Fall to Pieces, which was another Patsy Cline. Your Cheatin' Heart, which is a classic song. So Me and Bobby McGee, which was a Janis Joplin song. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I know cover albums are not quite representative of an artist, but those seem to be the albums that I tend to gravitate toward more than, before much of anything else when trying out an artist for the first time. Then I decided to, since they had both of them, I decided to get both Greatest Hits collections by the Judds. This is Volume 1. And there's that. And I do not remember any of their songs by their titles, but I may recognize them once I hear them. And here is Volume 2, their Greatest Hits. Could be fun to listen to. I've never really given the Judds a fair shake, so I thought I'd give them a try. Then we have the Freddie Fender collection. This is, I think I have one or two cassettes of Freddie Fenders. That's this picture behind me. In case you're fairly new to my channel, there's a custom-built cassette rack behind this channel. I'll have to show it to you. I intend to do an updated room tour video, so maybe I'll re-show everything when I do that. But yeah, Freddie Fender, I guess he kind of was one of the first to really cross the line into from country into pop. So yeah, from what I remember hearing of him, he's pretty okay. Give him a shot. Then we have, I wasn't going to pick this one up, but I'm kind of glad I did. This was actually new and sealed at the St. Vinny's. This is the Best of Rod Stewart, his first, I believe his first Greatest Hits collection. And I do have a 2-disc, I think it's called the Definitive Rod Stewart. It's an import, I believe. And so I wasn't going to get this, but I realized after I brought it home, I mean, I thought, maybe if it's too redundant, I just resell it to the local store. But there's actually very little overlap between this track listing and the one on the Definitive. So go ahead and have this one. Yeah, lots of his classic early hits: Maggie May, Handbags and Glad Rags, Gasoline Alley, Every Picture Tells a Story, You Wear It Well. So, cool stuff. And then I've tried out her. Let me take a drink. I'm about halfway through the haul here, so I tried out her individual studio albums a couple of years ago. Did not end up keeping any of them, but I saw a Greatest Hits collection, so I decided I would pick it up. Vanessa Williams, her Greatest Hits collection, one of the R&B divas that was doing her thing about the time that Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey started out. Names are not my thing today, I'm telling you. So yeah, the obviously it has her Greatest Hits. It's probably a good thing they title it Greatest Hits, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, give her another shot with a Greatest Hits collection. Now this artist, I'm not very familiar with her work, but I figured I would go ahead and get it. It's a best of, and I know that she is kind of a don't know if you'd call her a torch songstress or a chanteuse. I guess that's probably the better way. African American chanteuse from the 50s, 60s, 70s. Shirley Horn, and I might have the decades wrong. I can't remember. That's how little I know about Shirley Horn. So, but yeah, jazz, a jazz songstress primarily. So, yeah, trying to figure out how to aim the CDs so that they don't pick up me again. So yeah, a lot of Great American Songbook standards on this CD, as you would expect. So yeah. Now this one, this is about my only world music CD in this collection, and it is on the Narada label, which I am, or was back in the early '90s, was a fan of their stuff. So I kind of trust the Narada label to have some good stuff, but I have no idea who this is, what she sounds like. I have not listened to this yet, but it is Kelsung Chuki Tetong, and I probably am butchering that name. She is from Tibet. Yes, she's from Tibet, and so this is Tibetan music. So yeah, it could be very interesting. I do like dipping my toes in the world music every now and then. So yeah, give her a shot. And yes, looks like one or two of the songs are maybe in English, one maybe, but I don't know if I showed you the track listing or not. But yes, it is all in Tibetan, apparently. So yeah, and got a couple of compilations here. Well, one of them is a single artist compilation. Ray Charles Sings for America. I don't really go into the patriotic albums too much, but hey, it's Ray Charles. And, maybe around about July 4th, I will put this album on and give it a spin. because in my opinion, Ray Charles is one of those artists that no matter what kind of music you like, you kind of have to have some amount of his music in your collection. So a bunch of patriotic songs, or just songs that are considered truly, all American or truly American songs. So Over the Rainbow, and so yeah, Take Me Home, Country Roads, the Bob Denver song. No, John Denver. Yes, Gilligan sang that song. No, he didn't. Anyway, I'm telling you, names are not my friend today. Then we have another compilation. This is actually a various artists compilation, Women in Rock, from the Lifetime. It's a Lifetime Channel branded CD, but it is on Rhino Records, which always puts out, or at least, or used to put out, fantastic compilations. Hazy Shade of Winter by the Bangles, She Bop by Cyndi Lauper, Would I Lie to You by the Eurythmics, It's So Easy by Linda Ronstadt, Goodbye to You by Scandal, Gloria by Laura Branigan, Venus by Bananarama. I mean, this is just a great compilation of female rock and pop. You can see why I could not resist picking this up. So great stuff. I am really looking forward to listening to that one. Then we have my recent resurgence in interest in soundtracks has had a bit of a side effect. I also tend to have been, I've noticed lately that I've been picking up CDs of movie songs. And here's the latest example. Jackie Ivanko. She's a young, very young singer, was very young. This was 2012. Oh, I guess a little younger than I thought she was. But yeah, 2012 album that she did. She sang of album songs from movies, made famous by movies. It leads off with one of my favorite songs, Pure Imagination. I love that song. And I actually didn't realize until I loved the song that it was from Willy Wonka. I just assumed that it was, just a song, But yeah, as you can see, it's a good collection out here. And yeah, Jackie Ivanko is kind of like Charlotte Church, a bit of an opera or popera crossover artist. Just a beautiful voice. What a Wonderful World was one of my favorites. My Heart Will Go On from Titanic. Obviously, movie songs sung by a female singer. It's going to have to be on there. So yeah, it's going to be lots of fun to listen to that one. Then we're into a little bit of jazz here. I've got a few albums that are tributes to or kind of takes on the Vince Guaraldi's music from the Charlie Brown and Peanuts cartoons and stuff. And this is the latest example of that. Wynton and Ellis Marsalis, father and son, doing an album of songs from the Charlie Brown or the Peanuts shows and inspired by. It's about a half and half mix of stuff from that stuff. So yeah, I've got one by David Benoit, a piano tribute to the Peanuts, the Peanuts universe. There you go. So yeah, this will be fun to listen to. This is one of those CDs that I think my sister would have loved because she was a fan of Peanuts and that kind of stuff. So. And then we have, this is the fifth or possibly even sixth album by this artist that I have. Sixth, I think. Jesse Cook. He is a guitarist, a Canadian guitarist who specializes in Latin music. So yeah, this is his album Frontiers. So yeah. And I believe I am missing fewer albums of his than I actually have. So probably one of these, I will eventually just see fit to go ahead and collect his entire discography. But yeah, Latin guitar is not one of my favorite subgenres of jazz or anything. But you know, you kind of develop a little bit of an affinity to an artist as time goes on. And actually, there was one Jesse Cook album in CD in my sister's collection, and I didn't realize I had forgotten that fact when I had put two Jesse Cook CDs in my bargain bags back when I used to do bargain bag. This is kind of going to be, coming up here is going to be a bit of a flashback to bargain bag. Anyway, and I kind of started or resumed my Jesse Cook collection from there. So then here's an local artist, who I didn't realize until after I'd gotten a couple of his CDs that this guy is an Oregonian. He is a jazz pianist, Tom Grant. And this is the fourth or fifth album of his that I have. So, yeah. And this is one that was on an independent label before he Had a fairly brief stint on Verve Forecast. So looking forward, as always, of course, to listening to those. And now we're getting into some soundtracks, and I'll close out with a couple of soundtrack-related things. These next two or three, actually, all three of these soundtrack CDs I've already listened to. They were fun. Puffin Stuff. Now, if you're not aware, the Sid and Marty Krofft universe, Sid and Marty Krofft did a bunch of TV shows for kids back in the 70s. Um, a little bit odd. I mean, early 70s, you're kind of, have people who've been exposed to the psychedelic era for a while. So they're, whether residual drug use or whatever else has caused them to, be inspired by the psychedelic era. The Sid Marty Krofft shows were so inspired. And this I found at one of the St. Vinny stores, obviously. And this was the soundtrack to a movie. Puffin Stuff was on, they was run for or produced for one season. Then they did a movie afterward. And this is a soundtrack from the movie. And Cass Elliot from the Mamas and the Papas appears on at least one song in this collection. And I believe she was in the movie as well. But yeah, I have, and again, this was, I inherited from my sister in her collection, a compilation CD of music from all of the Sid and Marty Krofft productions. So this kind of spins off from there. Yeah, if you ever get the chance, and I believe some of these Krofft shows like Puffin Stuff are available for viewing free on YouTube. Check them out; they're kind of interesting and fun. I imagine if you are, you put yourself on some substances before you watch, they might even be even more interesting, given that they were inspired by the psychedelic era. So anyway, being that as it may, uh, that was actually a lot of fun. That was a fun CD. It had some cool songs in it. Then we have a CD. I had actually been looking for this one for quite a while. It is the soundtrack from Driving Miss Daisy. By the score from the movie was done by Hans Zimmer, and it's got a few songs in it as well. Kiss of Fire by Louis Armstrong, Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt, and a selection from an opera as well. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, I guess just 4 tracks from the actual score. But yeah, I've always enjoyed the theme from Driving Miss Daisy, so I figured it was there for 99 cents, so I figured I'd pick it up. Oh, and that Puffin Stuff CD, I actually looked up after the fact. This is going for $30+ on Discogs. So, not that I'm going to sell it, but I figured it's pretty darn decent score. And anyway, this last one, this is from a movie that I have not seen, but as a result of my affinity for John Williams, I've kind of developed an appreciation for the cellist Yo-Yo Ma, because he has collaborated several times with John Williams. But this soundtrack is not by John Williams; it is by Tan Dun. It is from the soundtrack from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I'm not big on martial arts movies, so I have never seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But the score, I actually listened to the CD, and it was actually very nice. I really enjoyed it a lot. And since I enjoyed this one so much, and actually, I'm not sure if I listened to this before or after I picked up this next CD. This is actually a symphony by Tan Dun with Yo-Yo Ma as the featured cellist. It's called Symphony 1997, and it has 3 movements: Heaven, Earth, and Mankind. So I'm looking forward to listening to this as well. So yeah, kind of cool, huh? I don't know, you probably don't think much of it, but anyway. Uh, then I've got 3 CDs by the Cincinnati Pops Orchestra, conducted by Eric Kunzel. I've mentioned it before a couple of times. John Williams' The Boston Pops by John Williams is my favorite Pops Orchestra in terms of recordings. The Cincinnati Pops under Eric Kunzel is a very close second. I've already got like 7 or 8 of their CDs, and now in the last month I've added 3 more. This one is Victory at Sea, music from war movies and other associated stuff. I think there may be a couple of 1 or 2 Sousa marches, maybe. No, maybe not. I think Victory at Sea, I think, may have been a stage production. So yeah, war-related movies and stage productions and such. That's kind of cool. And then we have Chiller, which is a horror and Halloween-inspired collection. It's got a lot of stuff. As you can imagine, it's got a couple of selections from Hitchcock productions and yeah, just other stuff that's kind of, and Phantom of the Opera. So, and yeah, a couple of other things that are associated with Halloween or other spooky stuff. And then the final CD in my haul here is the third Cincinnati Pops Orchestra CD I picked up, and it is On Broadway, a collection of Broadway tunes and whatnot. So, yeah, again, not my favorite genre of soundtracks, but it's the Cincinnati Pops, which is excellent in what they do. So I decided to go ahead and pick it up. So that is my haul. Let me take a drink first, really quick. So let's go ahead and open these Gifty Poos from Noah. And as I mentioned, I know what this one is. He has become very fond in the past year of the album Stick Season by Noah Kahan. Khan or Kahan, I can't remember how it's pronounced. And so he decided to get it for me as a half of the Christmas gift. So there it is. Looking forward very much to hearing it. Yes, this album struck a very, very personal chord with Noah, my little brother Noah, this past year, and so he's become very, very fond of this album. It's a 2-disc set. Wow, lots of stuff on here. I didn't realize it was such a big album. So yeah, I'm hoping that I like this even a tenth as much as he likes it. But of course, he understands as well as I do that music can be very subjective. But yes, I do look forward to. It is a very much appreciated gift since it is so personal to him, and those are the best kinds of gifts. There's some things that are personal, and yeah. So anyway, thank you for that, Noah, and also thank you for this. So let's go ahead and dig in. I'm going to do this like I used to do my bargain bag videos before. I'm going to open the bag, or in this case, just the wrapper. It's not actually a bag, and I'm not going to look at anything until as I pull them out one by one. But I'll give you guys a very quick glance of what it is. I couldn't see any of the spines from there. So let's see what the first one is. J-Boys, or the Jamaica Boys. I have no idea what this is. I would assume it is reggae, perhaps reggae R&B mix. And apparently Wilsey used to own the CD. Sorry, Wilsey, it's mine now. So I'll be interested to hear what that is like. And I'm probably going to say that with every CD I pull out of here, but it's the truth. Next one I have is, Memory Almost Full by Paul McCartney. I listened. I may have listened to this one before. I may not have. Actually, I think it may have been one that was in my sister's collection that it just didn't do anything for me, so I got rid of. But maybe I might be wrong on that. But if I am right on that, then I am probably just going to go ahead and keep this, even if I'm not crazy about it. I like Paul McCartney, but just it's very, very hit and miss for Paul McCartney with me. I like some of his singles, and I like the album Tug of War, and that's just about it. At least as of right now. So what's the next CD in here? Mike Morgan and the Crawl. It's an interesting name for a group. I like the way you work it. Okay, that'll be interesting to hear. Featuring Lee McBee. So yeah, I will definitely be very curious to hear what this is about. Face Down in the Dirt is one of the name one of the songs. What Do That Mean is another song. So yeah, this is kind of fun. It's giving me little pangs of how much fun my bargain bag used to be. Next album in the list, Up to My Neck by Delmark Goldfarb. There's a name for you. It's right up there with Engelbert Humperdinck. So I have no idea what this one is about. So, looks like it might be blues from the look of the back cover. These were in a way these were the best bargain bags to get, where the stuff that you have no idea what is on these discs. So yeah. This is a fun little collection. Oh, Nana Muscuri, and this is her album Passport. I've tried a couple of her albums, and I can't remember if this was one of them. Wasn't terribly fond of them, but as it has happened before, and as I've learned, sometimes you have to listen to an artist at the right moment, or they won't hit. They won't click with you unless it's the right moment. So I am very happy to give her another try. And I would assume that by the name Passport, this is an album of songs from different parts of the world, I guess. She does have a good voice. I will say she has a good voice. Just her stuff has not quite clicked with me yet. There we go. And we have, I actually have this one, but perhaps this is a copy in better condition than the one I had. I believe it is. So, but yes, I've gotten into Steve Tyrell. I actually have 3 or 4 of his CDs, this being one of them. I like his stuff. He's a good one of those Great American Songbook standards, jazz type crooners like Tony Bennett, Johnny Mathis, etc. Good stuff. Michael Bublé-ish in a way. And then the last CD in here is I think I had this one, and I thought that you sent me, Noah. I thought that you had sent me a copy of this before. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know. But yes, I have at one point had the Hastings Holiday Sampler, unless they've made a series of them, and this is a different one than the one I had. I don't know. But hey, yes, I'll set this one aside to listen to during the holiday season. Yes, just 11 months from now. There you go. So, well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for the gifts, Noah. I really, really appreciate it. And yes, I will have to. Don't know if I will on my channel do a video, a reaction video or review of Noah Kahn, but I might do a breakdown, a post-listen breakdown of these in a future video. Maybe. We'll see. How about letting me know down in the comments if you want me to do that? How about that? Anyway, I guess that'll do it for this video. Be sure to like it if you like it. And before you go, drop me some feedback down in the comment section. I'd love to know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon to catch my future videos, and hit my username to browse my old videos. Links to my socials and my favorite fellow YouTubers are in the description below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and remember, life's too short to be a music star.